Hi, I'm Laverne Cox, and you're watching Out at the Center.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Take your time. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it right. Come on, baby. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Journalist Michael Luongo was interviewed by Gay City News reporter Sam Oglesby about his book, Gay Travels in the Muslim World. He spoke about his experiences traveling in lands where homosexuality is expressed quite differently than in the West.
The book Gay Travels in the Muslim World is an anthology that I edited. So it's myself and 17 other men, gay Muslim men and gay non-Muslim men, speaking and telling their stories about various countries. There's a couple different ways in which I came about doing this book. One of the books that I had done previously for Hayworth was called Between the Palms, which was actually a gay travel erotica book. And what I found in doing that book was that a third of the submissions were by gay men who'd been to Muslim countries or who had met gay Muslim men in Europe, for example.
Some of the accounts in Gay Travels in the Muslim World seem to imply that the men encountered in the stories are innately more gay than males in the Western world. Is this not just a case of Western visitors getting the wrong cultural signals?
Clearly, when we go as gay men, gay Western men to these countries, and I often joke myself that, well, it looks like Chelsea. All these men are holding hands. They're very intimate with each other. But I also do make very clear that that doesn't necessarily at all translate into anything gay, though it might appear to Western eyes to be that way when somebody first enters a country like Iran, Afghanistan, Jordan, et cetera, et cetera. But the other thing that I also make clear is depending on the country, depending on the situation, depending on the people that you meet, it's because of this fact that men can hold hands in public, that homosexuality can actually exist right in public in a way that it can't in the West.
So, in a way, we're saying that the social culture in the Muslim world is kind of a camouflage for gay activity.
Well, yes and no. And again, it all depends on the country, it depends on the situation. For me, my appearances, I'm Italian American, I pass as Middle Eastern, I pass as Afghan, depending on the situation. I didn't stand out the way, say, a blonde, blue-eyed Western man might stand out. Because of the homosocial structure of these societies, where men are almost always around men, where women are almost always around women, you do get people engaging in homosexual behavior because it's very easy, it's very accessible. In a certain way, it fits within the culture. Now, when I speak on this subject, people are like, well, wait a minute. You know, if this is such a strict Islamic place and homosexuality is forbidden, how can that be? But it's the very fact that what is more forbidden is the unmarried sex between men and women, rather than the homosexual behavior that leads to this. But again, to quantify it is a very difficult thing.
But I think it's true that the incidence of homosexual behavior, particularly among young Muslim men, is quite high.
Oh yeah, it's quite high. I mean, it comes up in all kinds of conversations. I mean, if you've gone to see George Packer's play Betrayal about Iraqi translators, it comes up in conversation with the Americans that the Iraqis have sex with each other, that the Iraqi men, that it's normal to have sex with each other.
In your travels in Iraq especially, did you get any sense of what the situation is like for American military who are gay?
When you are in a place like Baghdad or Iraq, in the same way that the cultures that we're sort of overlaying or occupying are very homosocial, these military zones are also very homosocial. They tend to be very male-oriented. Men really have very few opportunities to meet women. It can be an unusual place if you are a gay man there and you're specifically trying to network with other gay men. Yes, it's possible. As a journalist, I promise a lot of people anonymity, not identifying them, conversations off of the record, but it's clearly there. It's clearly there. gay men that I met from the West will talk about their conversations with gay men from Iraq, as an example. And it's very, very interesting. And there was another gay man who was Iraqi that I met at one of the places that I was staying. I let him know that I was a gay man looking at gay issues there in his country. I knew that he was gay, but he waited until I'd left the country to email me and say that he was gay, and that whatever conversations we get into now would be off the record.
And that's all for this excerpt from Out at the Center. If you want to see the full show, check it out on our website at gaycenter.org/out. Until next time, I'm Laverne Cox. Thanks for watching, and stay in the love.